Welcome to today's video where we're talking about braces, the types of braces, the procedure, and what you can expect with your first appointment and your overall braces process. As you can see, I don't have braces on anymore. I did just get them removed. If you've been following me for a while, you remember our 4-year journey of my braces experience. If you are new, welcome. I'm going to link that playlist down below because I checked in with you guys with every adjustment, and also I have a vlog of getting my braces removed. So after this video, I'd love if you guys would check that out. This video though is one of the first in my post braces series. This way I can give you guys a more in-depth kind of look and feel now that I have finished my braces journey. So first things first, we're gonna go over types of braces. You might just think that there's one kind of braces, one type of braces. It's that typical metal look, but there's actually quite a few options. Obviously, you would need to speak with your orthodontist to see which one is best for you and to see if your teeth can handle that type of style. So the first one I'll talk about are metal braces. This is the most traditional standard, look that you will see. So they glue metal brackets to your teeth, and then they have elastic and metal wires connecting them. We have ceramic that are very similar to the metal. However, they're tooth colored. So with the brackets on each tooth. So it helps them to blend in. The only downside with those are that they're a little bit more fragile. They're more likely to break. And something that my orthodontist had told me is that if you're a heavy coffee drinker, sodas, teas, they will stain. And depending on the severity of your teeth, mine were bad. Ta-da! Yeah, I had them on for 4 years. By the end of it, I just assume having them on that long, mine would have been pretty stained, and then it kind of defeats the purpose of blending into your teeth. So if you're not going to need them on very long and you don't drink things or eat things that could stain them, that could be an option for you. The next option we have is lingual. People will choose these because they're not as easy to see. However, they are very uncomfortable, and this one isn't as common. But this is one of the options that you can get. Again, you would just need to discuss these options with your orthodontist because they will be the one going over the plan with you, and they would know what your teeth can handle and what would get you the results faster than others. The next option we have is self-ligating. So this is very similar in appearance to the metal braces that we talked about earlier, but instead of using ligatures or the mini elastic bands, they're actually using an arch wire to hold everything in place. The next option that we have is probably some people's favorite. So it's going to be a clear tray or invisible braces. And the most common thing that you'll hear is Invisalign. So throughout your process, instead of getting adjustments or getting things tightened, you would actually get replacement trays for your teeth. So they're kind of like retainers, if you've ever seen one there. You would get new trays throughout instead of going back for adjustments where you get your braces tightened. So with Invisalign, you really can only get them if you only have minor misalignments. So again, mine, not happening. They were like, you absolutely cannot have that. This also, unfortunately, is not an option for children. And you would typically get your new trays about every 3 weeks with this option. Okay, next, now that we talked about the kinds or types of braces that you can get, let's talk about what you should expect when you go to get your braces. So first things first, they'll need to do a consultation. That'll be your first appointment. Nothing will happen when you go in for a consultation. During that, they'll take scans, pictures, x-rays. They'll get a full look at what they need to do, how they can best help you, and form a plan. After that, and they go over the evaluation and the plan with you. They will have you pick what kind of braces that you have. And typically they'll pull you into an office, and then you can go over the different types of braces, and they'll have a little setup like this. You can pick which one you want. They'll make an appointment a couple weeks out for you to come in, and then you'll get your braces on. Which leads us into our next topic. What happens when you get your braces on? So one of the most uncomfortable things about the whole process, in my opinion, was it'll look a lot like this. and they'll put these expanders and they'll spread your mouth really wide open so they can get a clear view and a good workspace. So then once they have the brackets in place, it'll just be like this, just the brackets on the adhesive. Then they're going to come around with like a little, it looks like a little UV wand, and they're just going to tap them. Then they will put the wires through the little doors, the little clasps on the brackets, and they will clip any excess, because it's, you know, our jaws aren't all the same size. Brackets, the wires, everything's gonna feel like it's scratching the inside of your mouth. The first couple of days after like every adjustment and getting your braces, you're gonna feel like everything's like kind of cutting. Make sure that they do give you the wax. Now let's talk about what could change after you get your braces. So these things usually like aren't permanent. Like the first couple days after you get your braces, you know, you're adjusting to something in your mouth that wasn't there before. So if your speech is slightly affected, it's not a huge noticeable difference, but it's just that your mouth is trying to kind of get used to it. So if, you know, it sounds a little off, don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine in like a couple days. It's just something that happens sometimes. And then just like I said about it being sore, you might take a little bit to be comfortable again chewing. That's something that you'll experience though after like your braces adjustments as well. It's not gonna last a long time. It's just, I recommend soft foods after you get your braces on, and after adjustments. Just, you'll see why. It's or if you already have braces or have had them, you know why. It's just, it hurts. It's kind of like, essentially like if you have a bruise on your arm and you keep like poking it, but it's your teeth, it's in your mouth. So I would just recommend like yogurts, mashed potatoes, soups, things that won't really cause you to really like have to like bite down, like big sandwiches and stuff. I wouldn't really recommend. Please, 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 no sticky, chewy candy. One of the videos I'm gonna be coming up with soon, so you can keep an eye out for that one, or like the best and worst things to eat when you have braces. But please do not, like Jolly Ranchers, for example, you can't really go anywhere with them. They're just rolling around in your mouth. But you forget you have braces and you let it sit in between your cheek and your tooth. Well, they stick so fast that can adhere to your bracket, and then when you try to pull it off, you're popping your bracket off, and then you have to go in, you have to re-adhere it, and if you can't get in right away, I just don't want that to mess with your progress. And then also, I would just, you know, brush and floss as much as you possibly can, just to avoid any staining and to make sure you don't get any cavities. If you like this video and found it helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm going to have the links to the playlist about braces and other things down below, but also just feel free to explore my channel and see which videos you'd like to start with or watch. Thank you guys so much again, and I'll see you in the next one.